So part 2 of the lesbian soldier I was telling y'all about named Cherry. Go to my page for part 1. Follow and like. Positive comments only, Ashe. So this particular day, Cherry had FaceTime me and another battle buddy named Clemente, and basically had said that she was having problems with her husband Jalen, the one that she was already cheating on because she had already created a secret baby on him by another soldier named Andre. So basically this is what she did, right? So she had called, FaceTime me, and then told me to add Clemente to the call. I added Clemente to the call. We on FaceTime, and she basically telling us that she just got off of FaceTime with Jalen, and Jalen telling her that he think he got another girl pregnant and whoop de whoop, right? Now, my thing is that they both cheat on each other, and they both got married in basic training just for the money. So she had been telling people that they grew up together, they went to college together. But when I met Jalen in person, actually, this night that I'm finna tell y'all about was when Jalen fully told me the full story. But when I met him in person, he did tell me like bits and pieces, but he didn't tell me like everything that she had basically lied about. So now she basically telling us like, oh, I'm finna off myself. So she pretends to down some pills. Now, me and Clemente rushed her home and called the ambulance. When we get there, her door is unlocked. That's number 1, red flag. Number 2, now she's laying in the bed and she's pretending to be unresponsive. Number 3, we do see the bottle of pills and it is half empty. Because what she did was it looked like she was taking the pills and then she hung up the phone. Like, that's some traumatic, purposely doing type shit. Like, I don't play like that. So we get over there, she's unresponsive, so she's pretending to be, and I'm like pouring down crying. So we end up calling the ambulance. We follow the ambulance to the hospital. Now, red flag, the next one. When we called to check on her because they wouldn't allow us in, they told us that she was not there. So we was like, how is she not there when we were the one who called the ambulance? I know for sure she's there because we rode behind the ambulance and we've been parked right here. She hasn't came out, so we know she's in here. Now fast forward, I did meet a doctor who did tell me that if someone is brought into the hospital for a attempt, they do sometimes tell people that they are not there because they don't know who that person is. Even if it's family, we don't know that that person could have tried to off themselves to get away from you. Mom, dad, sister, cousin, brother, teacher, it doesn't matter. We do tell people they're not here. So that is what I found out this year, actually. So we're going to keep that in mind, but let's go back to the story. So they tell us that she's not there. Me and Clemente are stressed out all day long. Mind you, we also had a dinner that night because we had got invited to another one of our battles buddy birthday party. So we at the dinner. The whole energy done shifted because everybody's worried about Cherry ass faking being in the hospital. Like, she's not faking that she's in the hospital, but she is in the hospital and she's fucking faking. So the call comes in from the hospital to Clemente's phone. And then they call my phone. Clemente didn't answer because she didn't know who it was at the time. So when they call my phone, I answer. And that's when basically they tell us that they didn't find anything in Cherry's system and that she was ready to be picked up. So I was like, I'm not fucking going to get her. You just did all of that. That was so not funny. That was so not okay. You have taken our energy all day long. I said, yo, I'm done with you. Like, I was like, I'm done with her. I don't want to be her friend no more. I'm completely done. She was blowing on my phone, saying this, saying that. And I was like, girl, it don't matter. I don't want no friend who does stuff like that. I don't want no friend who is male attention oriented, who like, no, you're not going to stress me out. You're not going to disrupt my peace. I think you are a demon. Anytime someone is coming and feels like that they have to thrive in chaos, I think you're demonic. I think you're low vibrational and you are getting the fuck out of my life. I do not feed off of madness, and you're not going to be in my life and trying to involve my energy in that as well. Because at this point, I feel like everybody played a part in it, and I'm pissed and livid at everybody, and I really will beat everybody here the fuck up. Because it already was stressful for them saying that you wasn't there because I thought that they had offed her ass. Like, I thought she was out of here. I was like, bro, you know when the hospital starts saying shit like that, like, yo, this was not something to play about. And it's the fact that when Andre, the one who she was cheating with, he was the one who ended up going to get her. So he pulls up to the dinner before he goes to get her, right? And I am going through his phone because Cherry starts calling his phone to want to speak to me and Clemente because we're not answering our phone for her. Clemente was just like, she needed a moment to like think on things. But she eventually started back talking to Cherry, but she did say like she was never like buddy with Cherry like that ever again after that. But she had more conversation with her than I did. But so as I'm going through Andre's phone, basically I see that they are admitting that they slept with each other. So I'm like, oh shit. So Dre then snatches his phone and goes and get Cherry. Now, mind you, when Dre comes to the dinner, I didn't notice that he had two phones on him. So his second phone was a phone that him and Cherry had been sharing. So that second phone, I had saw Cherry have that phone, and she told me that was like her backup phone. But I'm like, what is Dre doing with it? So basically, Dre was coming to the dinner to try to erase their proof of sleeping with each other out of both phones. That's why he was trying to stall, because he thought that the hospital had contacted Cherry's family and husband and was going to have her and was going to come to where she was. Because even though Jalen was not stationed where we was, he still was not that far away to where he could get to her by the end of the night. Because this had happened around like 9 in the morning. Now, at this point, we are all just livid and just fed the fuck up with everybody because we don't know how the fuck we got here nor why. So I go home. Jalen ends up calling Thompson. So Thompson is another girl who I mentioned in the story time who also had admitted to me that she had sex with Cherry, and she also used to be over Cherry's house. When Cherry was sleeping with Andre, she used to hear them getting booty while she was on the couch. So Thompson comes over to my room to ask me like what happened from beginning to end, because like I said, she also was cool with Cherry. And I'm just like, yo, Cherry was telling everybody to come and try to talk to me and Clemente. And it was just like, bro, we don't really have nothing much to say. So I'm just telling Thompson like, bro, I don't want to keep talking about it because at this point, like, I just feel like she played in our face. You know, you could have played in Jalen's face, not ours. And so Jalen had Thompson's number. So Thompson and Jalen were closer than I was, because I wasn't that close with Jalen. Just when he would be on the phone with Cherry, I said, hey, you're bye, you know, shit like that. But he ends up calling Thompson while Thompson's over in my room. And he ends up getting on the phone with me. And he asked me to tell him what happened because he was like, once him and Cherry got into it, she hung up the phone with him and blocked him. So I just tell him like she FaceTimed us just saying y'all got into it, basically telling him the same thing I told y'all, right? So then he basically just said, I'm finna just tell y'all the truth. Basically, we did not grow up together. We met in basic training, decided to get married when we hit AIT, and she decided that she was going to tell everybody that story. I don't know why she wanted to come up with it. He was like, but her family really wanted me to marry her, but like he wasn't in love with her in that type of way, but he still like, he had feelings for her of some sort, but he already felt that she was sleeping around with Dre because him and Dre didn't get along. Dre was closer to her. Dre was stationed where we was. Dre was damn near living with her. Like, she literally would put Dre out. Like, everybody on base used to crack jokes when we saw Dre driving his own car. We'd be like, oh, Cherry done put him out again. Like, bro, y'all not even together, and everybody think y'all together. And Cherry did not play about anybody wanting Andre. Like, anybody who looked his way or wanted to talk to him, she would, like, get upset. I remember, like, one time she came to me and she was like, he literally told me that he likes you. I was like, girl, don't start that shit. Don't start that shit. You have a husband. Let me remind you. But them lesbian soldiers who, you know, grow obsessive with you, they would do things like that to try to get your attention. It's just really sad. It's the energy I don't want around me.